Hi, social studies teachers. Sorry about our canceled class today. I was really concerned about that weather at the time when everyone would be traveling to work in the morning, and it was supposed to be really bad. It didn't get too bad at my house, but I think it was bad where we would have met today up in Round Rock. So hopefully everybody is okay and feeling better. I wanted to do a little discussion about what the assignment is that's coming up next. And we'll talk tomorrow about flexible dates and things because since we missed today in person, talking about next Monday, I kind of forgot about Monday on the calendar. So we might move some things to next Monday, but we'll talk more about that tomorrow. I just wanted to go over the assignment with you so that you have some ideas and can start thinking about how you want to organize your thoughts on this particular assignment. It's called an eye chart is what we're working on, and it's literally a chart that annotates information about children's literature. And this assignment is specific to multicultural children's literature. I want you to pick 4 picture books that focus on a single theme. And the themes are listed here on the assignment page, which you'll find on tracks under assignments. You're looking for 4 books that deal with, in a multicultural situation, a child exhibiting courage or self-understanding or fairness or acceptance or pride or so on. I will show you an example tomorrow where I focus on identity and the student's identity, coming to terms with who they are as from a different background in a new place. Do these in alphabetical order. Actually, you're going to create the chart and you're going to annotate each text. So there's a chart with the topic that you're focusing on and the books itself and a specific situation I want you to think about for the books on the chart. And then you're going to make an annotation bibliography with a short summary of the books. Annotations are in alphabetical order. Introduce each text using the APA citation and provide as much detail as possible so that you're avoiding brief and too short responses. In this order is what it should look like in your annotation. An APA citation of your book, an annotation of the book, about 3 to 5 sentences, and then a lesson idea, how you might use this in your classroom to connect reading and social studies together. And look at the TEKS if you need to. Connect it to a TEK that you might be teaching. And then create your eye chart that compares and contrasts the books by identifying questions that pose questions to explore the perspective across the 4 books. There's an example of an annotation here for you from the book The Day Gogo Went to Vote, which is a great book. If you've not seen it, it might be a good one if you were going to focus on the subject of democracy. The link here is also to the Purdue website for their online writing lab, which can help you annotate in APA format. The writing lab at Texas State can also help you do that. They are absolutely fantastic and will help you however you might need to if you need some help with this. That's just a quick description of the assignment. 4 books, 1 topic. You're going to create a chart and you're going to annotate each book. Here is what a former student's eye chart looks like. And I'll show you this from the beginning. So the theme that this student picked was acceptance. There's a series of questions that I want you to create. These are higher order thinking questions. And I want you to create these questions for the chart so that they could be asked across the 4 books. So she's listed here her category and then the questions and then any other observations or wonderings about the books. In this case, the student created questions that pertain to the characters, obstacles, and or abilities to accept throughout the story. For example, Chrysanthemum is her first book, and if you remember the story Chrysanthemum, she hates her name because kids at school start picking on her about her name. And then at the end, she comes to accept her name as a beautiful name. So this student asked questions about what are the obstacles in the story? What was Chrysanthemum's obstacle that she had to overcome to get to acceptance? How do you practice acceptance? And there would be an example in the book that should be identified in the chart. How is acceptance defined in this book? Well, it's specific to this particular part of the chart would be specific to how did Chrysanthemum define, or how did the author define acceptance? What lesson about acceptance is taught in this book? You would answer that question based on what happens in the book. And then this last column is just your own thoughts or wonderings, any questions you might have, any question you might want to ask, or anything that you thought of as you were reading the book or working through the iChart that you might want to bring up with students as you're teaching it. So other books on acceptance follows Be Good to Eddie Lee, Big Al, which is also a great book about a kid or a fish that looks kind of funny and people are scared of him. The Other Side. And then at the very bottom, you'll synthesize your answers across all 4 books. So whatever answers you got for each book, under each question, just write a quick summary of what you think the answers are for those books. I'll post this particular example as something you can follow on when you're doing your iChart and annotations. Hopefully this will be helpful to you so that you can get started thinking about what you want to do your iChart over. Last thing, there is also an article about this topic specifically that I would like for you to read before tomorrow. It is also under resources, under articles, and it is under the Children's Literature tab. And we're looking for critical reading thinking across the curriculum using iCharts to support learning. Just click on that, read through this article. It's an article written by Dr. Jim Hoffman, who is a longtime instructor, professor, researcher at the University of Texas. And this, I think, is an incredibly interesting article about how he decided to come up with this idea of iCharts for critical thinking and really lays out how to create an iChart. So take a look at that, read through it, take some notes, ask yourself some questions, bring that to class tomorrow so that we can chat about it, and we'll move on from there. I hope everybody's having a good day. I hope everybody's feeling much better. Be in touch with me. I do have to get to campus real quick for this afternoon's Young Writers Camp. So if anybody needs me, I'll be on campus until about 4 o'clock. Otherwise, email me, send me a text message, let me know how you're doing, let me know what questions you have. I hope everybody's doing okay. Thanks.